I will get to the Lonzo Ball stuff. If you want to just hear about Lonzo Ball, go skip 2 minutes in. But as always, I always want to talk about the game and basketball first. Bulls win 125-123. And it's crazy. So with Lonzo Ball, with Josh Giddey, I got almost the vibe of how it was when Lonzo Ball was fully healthy and the Bulls were the 1 seed. Clearly, Zach LaVine's game, Patrick Williams' game, Vooch's game need a point guard like Lonzo Ball, which Josh Giddey is almost like that. He is 6'8", so he's a little taller. He can't shoot. He's not a 40% shooter like Lonzo Ball. Like I said, we're going to talk about Lonzo Ball later, and I'm doing a lot now. But I think offensively, with Smith coming off the bench, this is going to be a pretty nice team. Defensively, very questionable, though. Talk about the Timberwolves. Julius Randle made his debut, too, by the way. I believe he had 15 points, 5 assists, 6 rebounds. We're going to see how him and Anthony Edwards mesh together because unlike Karl-Anthony Towns, I don't know if Julius Randle is the sacrificing type. I'm pretty sure Julius Randle wants to get his isolation, his his rebounds, his assists as well, which it might be fine because that's maybe what the Timberwolves needed, another dog. Because like I said, I might be biased. I like Julius Randle, and I think his game is nice. The shooting could be a little questionable, but that's why you added DiVincenzo to the trade, so you can have a shooter, and you have McDaniel. So I think they look solid, and Edwards obviously looks as good as they come. But what I am worried about for the Bulls is this guard lineup of Giddey, Zach, not a guard, I guess. He's playing small forward now, and Kobe White, because I just think at one point when it gets to the regular season, I believe they play, OKC the first week or the first game or two, it's going to be when the defense pressures, let's say, Zach or pressures Josh Giddey, like, who's going to be your main? Like, when it comes down to it, at the end of the day, you need one main, I need the ball handler. Me, it should be Kobe White. Kobe White proved that he needs to have the ball in crunch time. And maybe Zach after that, because Zach does look as healthy as he did maybe a year or two ago. The way he's finishing his layups, the way he's taking these step-back threes. So I do believe that there is some truth to where his foot was bothering him all last season, plus all the speculations of the trade and all that it was the right decision to sit out and be fully healthy, because he looks fully healthy, honestly. And a fully healthy Zach, no defense or not, that's a 25-point scorer, 40% shooter, 90 to almost 80% free throw guy, and 50% field goals. So I'll take that any day of the week. And we still got to ask the big question, is this the final team in a month or two? Is Vooch going to get traded? Or is Zach LaVine going to get traded? That's still up in the air. We haven't forgot. For as of right now, offensively, having Lonzo Ball play those 10 minutes, or I believe 16 minutes was the restriction. He had 10 points. His game, you could tell, injured, being off 4 years, he probably has the best IQ on the court. I mean, question it, or question me if I'm wrong. Because the way where he's just jogging to the corner three, hits that three. He's just hitting that bounce pass to Zach LaVine where he bobbled it a little bit, but he got him open. Or this pass to Patrick Williams sometimes at the corner or in the top of the key. Same thing with Josh Giddey. Doing these one-handed passes to Patrick Williams at the three. Doing these passes to Vooch, because he can penetrate because he's a 6'8" guard. That is perfect for the Bulls offense. Now, what's going to happen with Ayo Dosunmu, right? Ayo Dosunmu, who's going to take the L for minutes? Obviously, the first month, it's probably going to be Lonzo Ball, because being out 3 years, you got to have him on a 10 to 15 minutes, because there was one play where when he went up, it was probably just me and just being paranoid and shit, where I was like, ooh, I felt like that bothered him in his knee a little bit. I don't know. If you guys saw the game, you might know what I'm talking about. It was when he first got in, I believed, when he was by the free throw line. Could have just been me and being paranoid and shit. But as far as his IQ, his game, his passing, that shit is always going to be there. You clearly see it. A 10-minute, 15-minute Lonzo's cool. But if he does get healthy and he can ramp it up, I think Ayo, or I think someone like, pretty much all the guards, I guess, combined, will lose some minutes to Lonzo, because I would prefer Lonzo Ball out there any day of the week. A healthy one. Dude can fucking smack threes. and can guard for his life and pass. And it just shows too, like, maybe the Caruso move was kind of a good move, because we did lose a defender that was, all defensive first team, always a candidate for defensive player of the year. But the Bulls needed a playmaker. They needed essentially a guy who was pass first, who can get guys open. Yeah, Kobe could do that, but Kobe is a shooting guard. He's a score first guard. Zach LaVine is a score first player. So I like it. And, it's the preseason. Yeah, okay, it don't matter. But they played the Timberwolves, and the Timberwolves played majority of their starters. Rudy Gobert played, Edwards played, Randall played, DiVincenzo played. So there was some truth to that game a little bit. So I totally like what I see. Like I said, the problem is who's going to get the minutes. If Pat struggles, is Montez Buzelis going to get those minutes because he didn't play? Pretty much is Julian Phillips going to get these minutes? But my starting lineup for right now, I mean, by committee, by just what we have, would probably be Josh Giddey at the point, Kobe at the 2, Zach at the 3, Patrick Williams at the 4, Vooch at the 5. But I do kind of hope we do trade Vooch at least a month or two. I think he is the odd man out. I do see a world where, by the way, we need to get a rebounding center or something back, because Smith is only 6'9". He is good. He can run the floor, shoot threes, but we still need a 6'11" guy. But I'm cool with keeping Zach if we get Lonzo and we have a Josh Giddey, because Zach is a perfect catch and shoot 3 guy, cutter, spot up. Like, when you have, like, clearly 4 years ago when DeMar and Lonzo and Zach were there, that is the perfect type of player. So now to my Lonzo point. Dude came from 3 years, doctors telling him this, the media saying you're done. We're having a crazy replacement in your cartilage, which is shout out to medical stuff, or the medical staff, and how far advanced we are in the fucking society when it comes to medicine. Because who knows if 10 years ago if this would have been possible. But to still average 10 points for not playing 3 years in an NBA game is incredible. I love that he's back. Even if he doesn't play this whole year and he happens to get hurt again, which I God forbid hope doesn't, I think him playing last night, preseason or not, showed he was able to come back. He still wanted to live his dream. Rocky rose from the Lakers to wearing the Baller brand shoes to where supposedly the shoes were giving him issues, switching to Nike, and going to the Pelicans, starting to find your groove a little bit, being a 15-5-6 guy, coming to the Bulls, being a 13-5-5 guy, being the number 1 seed, getting hurt. Then to my point, like I said, the Bulls always needed a guard, a playmaker, someone who can set up plays, get guys open, because Zach can't really do it. He's more of a scorer. I'm so happy for Lonzo Ball. I hope he does play. Like I said, it does suck. We have so many guards. Someone's going to take the L, rather if it's Al, rather if it's Lonzo, rather if it's THT. By the way, THT looked good too. Dude looks like a fucking tank. And he's definitely going to make the roster. He might get like 5-10 minutes a game, maybe. But that dude could definitely score the bucket. But other than that, yeah, I'm glad to see Lonzo back. I'm glad for him. I'm glad that they all signed his jersey and had those speeches at the end. Kobe saying, like, dude, it's so awesome to be here and to witness all this. Zach said the same thing. Like, dude, we're family. Like, it's awesome to see a sports guy, like, if you ever played sports, get hurt and come back and play the sport you love. But you guys let me know in the comments below what you worried about for the Bulls. I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.